Every day felt RNG. Mirror like who you tryna be. Post wins, high L's. Say I'm good, no one can tell. Storm sit in my chair. Tested but not dead. Everybody wants glow ups. Nobody wants lows. I had it the whole time, just couldn't see mine. Light through cracked screens like late night 3M me. Breathe in, log out, let the past lag out. If I break, respawn, life goes on. Life goes on. Five feet, I reload. Same soul, new code.
Oh, brother, oh, brother, oh, brother. Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome back to another episode of the Matt Kohrs Show, where I, Matt Kohrs, feel like shit. Do I feel as bad as I did yesterday? No, but that's because I was vomiting yesterday, and now it's just annoying that I sound nasally and something is in my nose, but alas, we are here because the market's going crazy, the prop world's going crazy, Iran is going crazy. There's simply too much to chit-chat about to not be working today. So here we are, back in the coal mines once again, the coal mines of the internet, to see what in the world is happening today. Folks, I appreciate you joining me. You got the sniffles too, dude. Feels like everyone has the sniffles. Like I said, I don't feel as bad as I did yesterday. Yesterday sucked, but, good enough to be here to hang out with you guys. Good enough to bet my net worth in the stock market and see what in the world happens. I feel good enough to prove to the world that I am, in fact, a lead military strategist, and I have no qualms to tell you that I will be giving you expert opinions on what in the world is happening in Iran. Thank you for your persistence. Well, thank you for your persistence in showing up here. That's even better. I usually rinse my nostrils with warm water. I have one of those nasal thingies. I don't know. That'd probably clean out my sinuses. It's just more of like annoying than anything else. So, always sick. Is that true? I feel like the last time I was sick was early October. November, December, January, February. I almost made it 5 months. Is that really that odd? I don't know. Maybe you guys are just doing better than I am, but I think it was literally early October. November, December, January, February. Yeah, 5 months, dude. I mean, I wish I was literally never sick. That would be awesome. That would be the best thing ever. Get some vitamin D. Yeah, I did that. I took the Dayquil. I took the vitamin C. It's just more of, like I said, yesterday was bad. I feel on a relative basis better than yesterday, but it just sounds worse. Like, I don't know if this is just the part of the cycle and it's just like stuck in my nose somewhere. Anyway, drink as much pineapple juice as possible. Oh, just for the vitamin C. Yeah, I mean, I just took the vitamin C packets, but I don't know. We'll see. Let me know if any of you have any of those secret grandma recipes to get over a common cold faster. That would be greatly appreciated. Like, I don't know if I should be, eating garlic or something. I bet one of you has, like, a grandma from, like, the Eastern European bloc that has, like, a super secret on how to fix it. Like, do I need to, like, fight a vampire or something? Whiskey and vodka, just mix those two together. Whiskey and weed, yeah. Just the old whiskey, weed, vodka mixture. I've heard about that. I was reading some medical journals the other day, and I think that's what they were talking about to fight the common cold. I do remember hearing about that one. Vodka and black pepper, Jesus. Maybe this is why we don't come to the internet for our medical advice these days. But anyway, folks, it's a Tuesday. Apparently not a turnaround Tuesday. Apparently it's a turn it down Tuesday because things are looking pretty freaking rough right now. Let me switch this up so you guys can see what I'm seeing. Excuse me. Dow futures drop 800 points as oil surges again. Fears rise. Iran conflict will drag on. So right now, things not looking the best. You have the SPY down 1.74%. You have the Qs down 2.12%. You have oil ripping 8%, closing out the day yesterday around 71.5, currently trading at 77. And you even have gold taking a huge hit. You have silver taking a huge hit, and you have volatility absolutely ripping, closing out the day yesterday at 21.50, currently at 26. So big movement in the overnight session. And as you can imagine, it's all because of the market's interpretation of what is happening. Gulf states in race against time to repel Iran's onslaught. Only so many air defense interceptors are available to knock down an almost limitless number of drones. Here's a little bit of a mini video. Air defenses intercept incoming missiles above Doha, the capital of Qatar, on Saturday. So this is, I watched this so many times. To me, this is not only obviously an engineering feat, but look at just how crazy this is. This is happening basically in real time. People just, I suppose, out there chilling, casually filming it. I guess I have a lot of thoughts on this whole thing, but the fact that it is continuing and there's not really too many signs that's going to be simmering down. Obviously, the market doesn't like it the most, which is a big change of tune. As recently as yesterday, they were basically talking about, hey, we're willing to meet with the new leadership of Iran as long as they're being pragmatic. And the market's like, sick, this is going to be like a 1 to 2 day war. We're going to resolve this real quick. And then overnight, obviously, this clearly all changed. Iran war live updates. Israel bolsters forces in southern Lebanon. Drones hit U.S. embassy in I don't know how to pronounce this. I'm not even going to try. As oil rises further and dollar strengthens. Iran conflict may go on longer if gas prices don't rise, according to a strategist. Let's see what he has to say on this.
Reaction in markets has been a bit more extreme. Then things begin to calm down as the level of global disruption turns out to be much less significant than one might have thought. Obviously, on this particular occasion, if you're going to be shutting down the whole of the Gulf and preventing shipping from exporting both oil and gas, then that could have much more significant effects on a medium-term view. But that really all depends on how long it's going to last. I think the other key thing that one's got to look at this from a political dimension is that if you look at it from
the high that we
US's
saw in the futures market open Sunday night.
Metric is going to be the US petrol or gas price, because that's very politically sensitive. You've got 8 months to the midterms and inflation is a big topic. So providing that you don't get a big knock-on effect into domestic inflation in the United States, maybe then Donald Trump will get more comfortable about a longer-term engagement. Obviously, that presupposes, of course, that ammunition and munitions will still be maintained at the same level.
What's that number?
What's the number for U.S. gas prices?
The U.S. To get, ahead of the midterms, Donald Trump to get worried?
I would say probably is going to be in the region of 20 to 30% above where it is today. So from that perspective, that's going to be something that people are going to be watching quite carefully. It is obviously a hot topic in the United States.
I mean,
gas
with the
prices
midterms
are something
coming up
that
and Trump continually talking about gas prices,
and that's going to be a worry if it continues.
Yeah, we had a guest yesterday say the same thing, that if it's a couple of weeks and oil hits 100 no problem.
Oil
But
to
beyond that
100?
is when trouble really begins. We just heard the news that Amazon Web Services confirmed that 2 of its data centers in the UAE
Yeah,
and a
this was a
facility in
big deal.
Bahrain were both damaged by drone strikes, taking the facilities offline.
They're going to piss off Bezos.
This after Qatar Energy halted production already, as you know, after drone strikes. Iran had threatened that this would happen before the conflict. And what I'm trying to understand is how the investment strategy, given the the fact that you have all of these big tech companies playing such an important role globally, if these are structurally and strategically.
Do you think that it's worse to piss? It's like one thing to piss off the U.S. as a government. It's one thing to piss off Trump, of course, backed by the U.S. military. But it feels like it's another line to piss off Bezos. I mean, he has just factories and factories worth of robots that are just going to absolutely suit up. That guy's been on the juice for like 5 years now. He's like fucking Captain America at this point. Like I said, it's one thing to piss off the U.S. military, but taking the fight to Bezos, a borderline lizard man who's been on HGH for half a decade, feels wild. Feels like it's one step too far, and he might be taking this into his hands himself. I mean, Bezos is going to release his own drones. It feels like it, dude. It feels like keep it to at least the human-based U.S. military. But when you want to start taking on these like lizard people, billionaire technocrats, feels like it's not going to end well. Feels like it's not going to end well whatsoever.
Targeted. Does that change the outlook for investment in a way in which you stay away from these companies?
Not yet.
Palantir Bezos, dude, he's going to be calling him up Alex Carr.
In terms of strategy with regards to big tech companies is the march of AI. And it's only, a week ago that everybody was worried about the AI scare trade.
But they're still worried about
They're still worried about the AI scare trade, but now they've got something else to worry about instead. So there we go. Obviously, the whole concept of storing data on the cloud means that there are a very large number of potential backups. So the fact that a couple of data centers have been damaged in and of itself is not going to be a significant disruption. But if it becomes more widespread, then you start seeing on a more localized basis a bit more disruption and a bit more concern. But we're still only 3 days into this particular conflict, so we've got a long way to go.
All right, kind of giving you an idea of right now the U.S. from the very cold perspective of the financial implications and midterms. We have some length of time before it becomes a bigger issue, as in it's hitting the pocketbook of the average day American, which maybe would put some pressure on Trump. But then also looking at how things played out with the quote-unquote trade war, it seems like he is more than fine accepting a bit of short-term pain to get what he wants in a global scale. So I wouldn't necessarily be betting on, oil prices are going up, gas prices are going up, that means Trump's going to pull out. He seems like a dude who, once he kind of gets committed to this concept, he's not really going to be quitting until he's victorious. But hey, that's just one man's opinion. The Strait of Hormuz is facing a blockade. These countries will be most impacted. An extended closure of the strait will upend global energy markets. The pain would be felt most acutely in Asia. Right now, China's on the ropes. Is anyone else getting those vibes? It's well known that China gets a lot of its oil from Venezuela and kind of some backdoor deals with Iran. And right now, Venezuela, they got murked. Iran, in the middle of getting murked. China, especially with its economy already a little bit on the tilt, with the real estate issues, the shadow banking, the generic political unrest. I mean, okay, this is conspiracy theory territory for sure. I'll be the first one to admit it. But do you think this entire effort is actually like an anti-China move from Trump? Is that like too conspiratorial? Do I need to go get like on my tinfoil hat or something? What if this has nothing to do with Venezuela? What if this has nothing to do with Iran? Like maybe it does as a bonus of like, yeah, fuck those guys. But what if it really is legitimately crippling kind of like in terms of powers that are close to us? Sorry, I almost just choked on a lozenge here. What if it is just taking out one of those guys? Like, Am I crazy to think that? It's mostly about China. That's like the vibe that I'm getting. Am I taking too many crazy pills? I know I've been taking Dayquil, but am I taking on top of Dayquil crazy pills right now? Yeah, he figured it out, but add Russia to the mix. Well, I don't think any of the current moves, I guess Iran, the Cuba stuff going on might be more directly related to Russia. I'll give you that. Iran stuff, they've had kind of a spotty past. I don't know if Iran and Russia we can tie directly together. Russia is pretty comfortable with its own oil resources. I could see the Cuba stuff, like currently, like which we haven't really spoken about at all. I could see that being more of an FU to Russia. But this feels like a super, like a way to really just kneecap China. 100% about China meeting soon. Yes, actually, I did have that. U.S.-China trade chiefs to meet mid-March before the Trump-Xi summit. So do you think this is us coming in like super heavy-handed, like just crippling them beforehand just to give these negotiations a bit more power? Hey, just a little food for thought. Next phase of Iran war will be even more punishing. Rubio and Trump officials brief Congress. Secretary of State Marco Rubio briefed the Gang of Eight on Monday afternoon. Congressional staff from relevant committees were briefed over the weekend, according to the White House, and an all-Congress briefing is scheduled today, Tuesday. Democrats have cried foul over President Trump's failure to get approval from Congress before launching a war against Iran. Dude, my lungs. Yeah, to do this type of a thing, you actually don't need approval. You need approval to keep it going. But pretty much, if you look at Biden, if you look at Trump's first administration, if you look at Obama's, both his administrations, if you look at Bush before him, they're allowed to do it. This is within the realm of executive power. So this like bitching and moaning of like, you can't do these like concerted attacks or support an ally who's also doing it. You might not agree with it in a general sense, but in terms of like the legality of it, if it is illegal, literally every president in recent history has probably broken it. So that's a little bit of bullshit. But I am sure on this particular front, we will be finding out more today. And as I've already kind of teed up the ball, obviously pay attention to what's going on in about 2 weeks, roughly, when Bessent, who is turned out to be like just that guy, that dog, he's got that dog in him. Definitely, in my opinion, actually one of the most impressive people in the administration, kind of a dark horse candidate to get him there to begin with. But this guy is like a no fuck around guy. So hats off to him. And I have a feeling that he's going to be wiping the floor with China in their pre-meeting to the Trump-Xi summit. So could be interesting. So generically, I know I'm a little bit rushing through it, but that's the higher level stuff. Right now, you can see oil is absolutely ripping. Volatility is absolutely ripping. Equities are getting hit. Quite a bit of volatility, angst. I mean, I can show you this here. It's negative gamma galore. Huge ranges. Look at this. There's not even real. It just goes, it goes positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, negative. No one knows what's going on. There's 3% stability. This is probably going to be a crazy day, folks. And when I say crazy, I just mean the ranges to anticipate. Fortunately, we don't have some big surprise event. We did get the CPI report out of the Eurozone. Came in higher than expected. That's not so good. Tomorrow, we're getting some job numbers. Thursday, the normal initial jobless claims. But in terms of the big reports of the week, Friday is the big day. Retail sales, non-farm payrolls, unemployment rate. So in terms of major macroeconomic events, Friday is the day of the week. Today, we're kind of pretty much done in terms of scheduled events. Obviously, at any moment, we might be getting an update as it relates to Iran and Israel and all that. We have some news from individual companies. Technically, we're in earnings season, I guess, still. Not that I really care about it. The major one I care about is Broadcom. It reports after the market closes tomorrow. It is the second biggest semiconductor play behind NVIDIA in the entire market. It's a top 10 company. Ticker symbol AVGO. That's the major one I'm paying attention to. Early this morning, we did hear from Target. Target says it's on track to end its sales slump after another lackluster quarter. TGT, it's up 3%. It was a surprise, Pete. People are pretty happy with it. Here's a look at the daily chart. So I just want to cover it right now. You have names like Target that are looking good, Walmart looking good. These consumer defensive plays, have actually been doing somewhat well. So I just want to put that on your radar. I know it's not necessarily like the sexy tech play and that type of stuff, and it's not necessarily going to be moving that much as it relates to the unrest, we'll call it, in the Middle East. But I just want to put it on your radar that Target, it's signaling its attempt to improve. Oh, I'm getting a reversal alert on NQ. I'll come back to that. What is this? Oh, speaking of NVIDIA, U.S. considers capping NVIDIA H200 chips at $75,000 per Chinese customer. So right now, NVIDIA is obviously already the world's biggest company, ticker symbol NVDA, $4 trillion market cap. And it's doing everything in its power to continually beat and beat and beat. And one of the ways it could do that is have full unfettered access to the Chinese market, because there's many companies there who want these GPUs from NVIDIA. And right now, the government's a little bit sketchy about it because everyone wants to know, well, what in the world is China doing with these chips? One example of that would be the backdoor deals in which DeepSeek ended up not only getting chips, which they shouldn't have had, but also even the models. They basically stole, who was it from? Either OpenAI or Anthropic. One of the CEOs recently came out saying, yeah, no, DeepSeek basically stole our shit. So just another thing to consider in terms of this political dynamic, especially right now with Iran selling oil to China, and we just kneecapped Iran. We have this meeting coming up between Bissett and some of the trade people representing China. It leads into the Trump-Xi summit. Like, if you ask me, like I said, maybe it's conspiratorial, but it seems like it's all kind of connected together. So just wanted to put it on your radar. And last but not least, speaking of AI, a fight about vibes drove the Pentagon's breakup with Anthropic, aka Claude. The AI giant CEO and Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth have contrasting personalities and worldviews. They proved difficult to reconcile in a high-stakes showdown over the future of warfare. They kind of even look like polar opposites, if you ask me, but apparently they're going through a bromance breakup. So I don't know how long the Claude's necessarily going to be used by, I guess, government employees. Defense Secretary Hegseth designated Anthropic's supply chain risk. President Trump directed federal agencies to stop working with it. So I don't know if this is going to last. We'll find out, but I just wanted to share that with all of you, especially I know many of you are using AI day to day, maybe even directly for your trading. So I just wanted to share what in the world is happening there. Do we have time today for an AMC ramp and the state of the delusion with people still waiting on a squeeze? You know, if I could speak a little bit, brother, without sounding so nasally, I probably would give you that rant. But no, those people are retarded. There's no other word. Like, I'm so happy that that is coming back into the zeitgeist and we can say it, because they are legitimately retarded. So I don't know what else to tell you. It's not coming back. And if it does come back, you have plenty of time to be focusing on other aspects of the market and then come back to that play if it starts to uptick, which it's not going to. It's going to, the odds of it going towards bankruptcy are exponentially higher of it squeezing. It's just, it's stupid. Don't waste your time on it. If you haven't already, sign up for the newsletter. It's 100% free. Every single trading day, you're going to get an update of how the bots and my personal trades are, just for the sake of transparency. And then every single Sunday, you're going to be getting a breakdown of what's going on in the market, cheat sheet for earnings, cheat sheet for the major macroeconomic events, and then the seasonality of each day, where I have to be the bearer of bad news and let you know the seasonality of today does clearly favor the bears. Now, I know all the bulls in here, you're not going to want to hear that, but over the past 27, 28 years, this day, Tuesday, March the 3rd, has only been won by the bulls 39% of the time, as in 61% of the time, almost 2/3 of the time, the bears win it. And on top of that, when the bears win it, they win it with greater size. On the screen right now is a look at the hypothetical equity curve you would have if you bought at open, sold at close on the S&P 500 futures market. Clearly, it is beneficial to be a bear, as in not so smart to be a bull, at least from the perspective of seasonality. Maybe you believe it, maybe you think it's hogwash, but I'm just trying to give you the data of the situation. Tomorrow, Wednesday, is actually dominated by the bull camp. Thursday, a bit more bearish. And then Friday, neutral, like kind of leaning bearish, just to give you the seasonality for the remainder of the week. All right, diving into the overall market. Right now, we were looking decent yesterday. We closed out at 6,881, a pretty decent recovery, upside gap fill. People liked it. They bought the dip. Right now, things look a little bit different. We're currently trading at 6,763. Should I zoom in on this? Can you guys see that? There we go. 6763, as in we are trading here, right where my cursor is. Maybe if we go to the 10-minute, it'll make it make more sense. 6763, we're all the way down here. That does mean that there is an upside gap fill in play. So here's your official alert. Attention, attention, on the casino floor, there is an upside gap fill in play today for both the S&P 500, for the NASDAQ. All you would have to do is target the previous day's low. Attention, attention, there is an upside gap fill for the S&P 500, the NASDAQ 100, and the Russell 2000. Best of luck. The reason we like to look at these plays is because the odds of them getting filled are very, very high. Is it a guarantee? No, there's no such thing as a guarantee in the market. But if you're looking to make trades, especially if you can identify low risk entry opportunities, the chance of us getting an upside gap fill today is extraordinarily high for all three indices. Am I guaranteeing it? No, I don't have a fucking crystal ball. I barely have Dayquil. But I do want to let you know that the odds are extraordinarily high for the SPY, for the NASDAQ, and for the Russell to all get their upside gap fill today. So I just want to put that on your radar. SPX, that would be 6769. SPY would be 678.02. QQQ would be 597.99. And IWM would be whatever this low is right here, 257.79. So those are all the levels. It's literally the daily charts low from yesterday. That would be the upside target for today. Just wanted to put that on everyone's radar. And before we get rocking, because I have 1 minute, I do want to let you know I traded already today. I was able to, here, I'll show you. Oh, you can see it. It's on the screen. Data series, I'll just make it so it's a little bit more evident. Text and markers apply. You can see I had a pretty decent trade right here. I went short at 8:06 and I was able to take my profits at 8:30. I was short at 56. I captured it at 5:06. Nice $50. Got exactly $1,000. That was my plan. Some of these other ones, I took them off a little bit early just because there was no point in me riding it. As soon as it hit 159, I cut it early because there was like, oh, wait, crap. Right here. Sorry. Let me get on this side. Right here, I went short. That is the magenta one. Sell at 56. Buy at 06. 50 point, like I just literally went for 50 points. That was $1,000. I did it on all my funded FFN accounts. I did it on the Lucid evals, the Lucid funded. And then I took all the TPT profits a little early because remember, there was no point in me going past 159,000 because that is the max target anyway. So just wanted to show you that I took that trade 8:06. I took the EMA breakdown and basically took the profits off right before the key level, which if I waited, it would have been more profit. But if I waited to this point, at one point I could have gone for more, but at this point I'd already be negative on the play. So I just want to let you know, I did do one trade earlier today. Obviously it paid pretty well. And now I actually need to reconsider what the hell am I doing? Reconsider what in the world am I doing? What accounts can I trade? Wow, we are ripping right to VWAP. Remember that white dash line is VWAP. So buyers coming in strong today. Buyers coming in strong. What is 40% of 5,000? 2K, right? So basically, I can run these up to 2K. The funded FFN accounts, I can run them to 2K. So technically, I'm at half of what I could theoretically make. Oh, there's no point in me even trading these evals anymore because I passed those as well. So let's just turn those off because why would I keep trading them? There's literally no point whatsoever. Okay. Wait, actually, can I upgrade those in real time? Does it let you do that? I've never tried this, but hold your horses. As you can see, the LFEs, eval, I hit the profit target, 159, 159, 159. Can I upgrade them to funded like right now, or do I have to wait for the market to close? Oh, you can. Upgrade to funded. Oh, that's so sick. I didn't know you could do that. All right, done. Upgrade to funded. Okay, cool. Let's do that. Dope. Done. And then one more. So as you can see, LF, eval, they all hit their goals. I'm just, I guess, accepting. Done. All right, I think to see it, though, I need to disconnect. So the Lucids are going to disappear, and then they should reappear. Boom, right there. Nope, hang on. Yeah, there's the new ones. Why is it showing the old ones, though, as well? Funded, 150. Cool. I didn't know you could do that in, like, real time. I thought you had to wait for the market to close. That is awesome. That is really, really cool. So there we go. Where's all my funded ones? So which account should be my lead account? Okay, hang on. Let's disconnect again. I did not know you could do that. That's really cool. Shout out to Lucid for letting you upgrade on the day in the trading session that you hit it. That's awesome. That's really cool. It's still showing that one for some reason. So what's the current lead account? The current lead account should be whatever that new one is, 20. All right. Am I on 20? I am. All right, cool. That's awesome. I don't really feel like doing anything too crazy out of the gate. I want to clarify that today is absolutely nuts. Look at all that. That's just all negative gamma. Whichever way we get going, whether up or down, we can really get going. The price structure, at least as it relates to the options market, is very slippery price action. This could easily pop all the way up to 6,900. We could also vomit all the way to 6,675. Those are the big nodes on the day, which is a 225 point range on SPX. That's huge. That's monstrous. This is all negative gamma. Stability is barely existent. It's 3%. So I'm not really trying to rush anything out of the gate or really rush anything in general, just because if the trade is there, I'm going to attempt to take it. But if it's not, if you're wrong, you can just get bulldozed real easily. And I don't really have an interest in getting bulldozed today. Some days I like losing all of my money, but today is definitely not one of those days. Speaking of which, let me give you guys the flow. All right, we're only 5 minutes in. Like I said, I'm really trying to not rush it. I guess the first thing I would consider playing, maybe I'd wait for 10 minutes to pass, but it's a little too early. Obviously, we're actually taking a puke right now. Holy crap. We're really puking right now. All right, I traded on all of those. All right, so these ones I can only make $800 more on, $900. But then these ones, that's $1,000 anyway. So, okay, I'm done with take profit. There's no more advantage of me trading take profit today because I don't think you could upgrade those intraday. So that hit 159, 159, 159, 159. Okay, so just to stop myself from doing stupid stuff, I need to disconnect top one and TPT because I've already hit my goals there, and there's literally no point in continuing to trade. What just happened? Holy crap, that was a lot of trades just hit the tape. A lot of trades just hit the tape. So I'm disconnecting take profit because I've already hit my goal. I'm disconnecting top one because I've already hit my goals over there. Lucid funded, I could trade here. I could trade on these FFNs. These ones I could trade there because they could go up to 2K technically. Okay. So I still think I have room. Why are the TPTs still here? Didn't I disconnect? I don't know why they're still showing. I already disconnected from these. Remember, the reason why I'm saying there's no point in me trading is because I've already hit the profit target for the eval. So from here on out, all I have to do is scalp days. So there's no upside for me to continue to trade. I just need to do the scalp days, and then from there, I should be good to go. So I'm basically just trying to protect myself from myself. I can make another 900 on the Tradeify accounts. The funded Lucids, I could trade to my heart's content. These ones I could trade to 2K, and these ones I could trade to 3.6. Okay, I just need to kind of have the mental map of what I could possibly do today. But look at these ranges. We opened up the market today, went from 515 to 630, down to 500, back to 630, all in 6 minutes. That is crazy. FOMC talks at 6:55 a.m. No, not at all. I don't know where you're seeing that one. But today's going to be nuts. I mean, you're already seeing it. And just to try to drive home the point, it's all negative gamma. Stability, like I said, is pretty much non-existent. The key levels of the day that I'm personally watching, here, I'll throw them up on the screen. As I always do, I mark out the previous high, low, and close. That is the green, the red, and the white horizontal line. The dash green is the high from 2 sessions ago. The dash red is the low from 2 sessions ago. The white box is today's transition zone. And unfortunately, today we have a very, very large transition zone because of all this negative gamma and all the choppiness of the positioning. So basically, be careful. But the transition zone is 6,820 all the way down to 6,735. It's a monster of a transition zone. The first thing I want to put on your radar is the upside gap fill to the SPY. That is 6,796. I don't know if it's going to hit today, as I've now said for 5 times, but I can tell you with high statistical likelihood, we at some point today will hit 6,796. Is it a guarantee? Absolutely not. That's not how this game works. But historically, especially when you're talking about upside gap fills, we're probably going to be hitting it today. We're probably going to be hitting it. So that could be your one solid trade of the day, especially if you can take advantage of the situation with low risk. That's even better. Really, that's the major part of this game, is seeing if you could take advantage of any situation with low risk. So I just wanted to put that on your radar. Put that on, and honestly, we might be going for that now. The SPY took a big dip for the first 5 minutes. Now the next 5 minutes, we are starting to pippity pop. Mag 7, we went flat, took a hit. Now we're going flat again. Looking at the NASDAQ, we took a hit, and like the SPY, we are now starting to pop. Well, golly. Matt Kohrs, can you please fix your streaming issues on Rumble? How the fuck am I supposed to fix it? I don't work as the tech team at Rumble. All I could do is submit a ticket, which is what I did, and all I can tell you is they're looking into it. Like, I don't, what a weird request. Folks, I put in the ticket, and they said they are looking into it to see what's going on. Obviously, it's not necessarily like the easiest thing to solve, but as much as I might look like a tech nerd, I do not work at tech support for Rumble, at least at this moment in time. But I can tell you they're looking into it. Like, they definitely are looking into it. They're pretty fast to react. I'm new to options. I shorted Tesla and made a lot. Anyone tell me how to close options in Vanquish? You should be able to right click and close in a single leg. Matt, how can I fix my Starlink? That's a fair question. All right, the Qs, aka the NASDAQ, did get their upside gap fill. I need to get some music going because I don't know how much I could actually talk in this stream today. So for those awkward dead moments, we might as well have a little bit of some music going on in the background. Dopamine Dreams, the pump and dumps. This one's probably going to be good. Just a little something, something. It's just all negative gamma. Wow. 5 minute trying to push bullish but got rejected. 10 minute try to push, got rejected. 30. Oh, this is not right. Bearish. Bearish. Which way are we snapping? The 10-minute Orbo, here, I'll mark that out. if you're trading that on NQ. Could be an interesting play today. Wow, look at that range though. 661 to 502, a 159-point 10-minute opening bar. That's crazy. We're failing at 775. The next support is down here at 6735. NQ, here I have marked out the overnight trading session high and low. As you can tell, giant range. 25,012 all the way down to 24,370. A monster. Absolute monster. Monster. Oh, I guess we have to wait here. SPX 1 minute getting cracked. The Delta try to pop up. People were getting out of puts and now they're buying puts again. Oh, we're slicing and dicing today, team. We are very much slicing and dicing today. 82 is the 50% retracement on NQ at the moment. Oh, are you guys bullish or bearish right now intraday? Are you looking for this dip right now to be bought? I don't think we've gotten the upside gap fill on the S&P 500. We didn't, not yet. We did on the NASDAQ. On the NASDAQ, we clearly got the upside gap fill. Oh, the 1 minute is pressing on NQ for potential trend reversal. It went bullish at 918. We still haven't gotten the 10-minute Orbo break. Oh, brother. Is this actually going to break down this bar?
Order filled. Order submitted.
Slippage F you forever. This is aggressive. I like it. What is Gamma Burn? I'm trying to go through all the new songs on Tendies and Tunes. Once again, if you like the music, it's all free. It's Tendies and Tunes. Oh. I might be early to this, unfortunately. What I'm looking at, I was trying to play this breakdown right here, but it looks like I got caught up. I was trying to play this trend reversal from bullish to bearish. I waited for the bar to close below it, and then of course, my luck, it rips right after it. Rips right after it, unfortunately. Shit. Oh, if only I was like... And this is a really, really bad lesson to take from it. But if I was a bit more impatient, I could have been earlier. I was sitting, waiting. I was like, okay, it switched. And then boom, I waited. I got in right there. And it just rips on the very next bar. That's just brutal. But you can't necessarily always look at it like that. It's kind of like the woulda, coulda, shoulda type of a vibe. I was trying to be patient, wait for the trend reversal. And now it just popped up to VWAP. And maybe it's getting rejected there. Let's clean this up a little. Yeah, I tried to play the breakdown and just got the worst fill. Here's VWAP.
Order filled. Order submitted.
Every day felt RNG. Mirror like who you tryna be. Post wins, high L's. Say I'm good, no one can tell. Storms in my chest. Tested but not dead. Everybody wants glow ups. Nobody wants lows. I had it the whole time. Just couldn't see mine. Light through.
What's this low? 37. I got a second short at 63.
Order filled.
What is going on? Why did I get a fill on some of those, but not on all? I'm a little confused of what's going on with my orders right now. I heard the order filled. So some of them got a fill, but not all of them. That's interesting because it was like the bottom tick there.
Order filled. Order filled.
Fuck.
Order filled.
Some of these accounts, I fucked up something with my trade cop here.
Order filled.
I think I made too much money on some of these accounts. I'll have to figure
Order
that out
filled.
later. So I closed out all the F and X's. Okay, no, actually, I could go up to 2K on them, so they're fine. 2K, 1.8, that's fine. I'm trying to do the math of some of the maxes. I need to close out these ones. Close, because they're already at their profit target now.
Order
Close. Close.
Order
All right.
filled.
So I'm done with the FFN X's because 2K is the max, so I hit that. FFNs. All right. My trade copier. And it's all me. Like, I know. I should have been setting up a different tab for all of them individually. So one got locked in. Let's break even the other one. Freebie trade. Break even set. Okay. So I think we're looking good. We're in good shape. I think so, at least. I don't know. My brain is fried right now. All I know is I'm seeing green. My stop's in break even. But hang on. The way this one got the fill. All right, whatever. I guess I could move it like 5 points in the money, and then it would technically be fully green. So I'm good here. Yeah, so let's disconnect these so it just clears shit up. No, I can't because I'm in 3 live positions. Never mind. I can stop the tradeifys. All right, let's disconnect those because I already hit my profit target, 159. So this will just make life easier. Disconnect those. I'm just trying to clean it up because my brain is not handling this one today.
Order
Shit.
filled.
Wow, that was a weird delay. What the hell just happened? Tradeify. Did I disconnect that? Okay, there we go. Okay, I think I am where I need to be. I'm all in drunk on a green ass screen. Levered up like I'm 23. If it rips, I'm a problem tonight. If it dips, I just double my Toby Kohrs. Hell yeah, brother.
Order submitted.
Oh, brother. Just going for a quick little scalp, ideally. What's that? That should be getting me out of the red. 15 points. That's $300. So I'm trying to do a little scalp trade here just to get the realized to be green, if it ever goes. But now buyers are stepping in. Maybe not, though. The 1 minute cloud, it doesn't know which way it wants to go, unfortunately. Watching this closely. Mag 7 is still trending down. Gives me a little bit of a bearish tone on the day. The delta is getting hit. The S&P 500. Let's look at the full delta flow there. Also getting hit. A little bit of recovery starting at 949. This might be setting up for a 10 a.m. reversal. It's something that I need to be cognizant of. Um, 5 minutes bearish, 10 minutes bearish, 30 minutes bearish, 4 hours bearish. 5 minute is testing here. 10 minute also did get a
Order filled.
the little scalp trade got locked in. Do I really want to risk? Dude, that's a little bit more risk than I'm comfortable with. Can I really risk 70? It might be a little too early. I'd feel better if it cracked 500 to move my risk down to 70. Do I just want to get out for break even? So the scalp got locked in at 510 just to get the realized into green. So now I could just handle it as a singular contract position, short 1 NQ. Oh, is this actually turning? All right, that risk is 880, which would put me down about 600 on the day, 700 on the day. But it's right below this IB. Hang on. I don't like this risk all the way up there. It's a little bit more. Obviously, my goal is on the snap of 500 to move it down to 70. And then on the snap of the intraday low, I want to go to break even. That's the plan. This profit target is just arbitrary. I don't really need it in reality. I'm just going to set it at 400. But that's not necessarily my quote-unquote real profit target. We keep bouncing at 510. I see a lot of buyers on Bookmap at 500 and 501. How much risk? I don't like this amount of risk. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? I did lower it just because you should never take on risks that you're uncomfortable with. So instead of 1,700, it's 900. So I took $600 of risk off the table. I'd feel a lot better if this is testing 2,500. There are buyers now at 2,515, 108 to be bought right here. This is annoying.
Order
Right,
canceled.
None.
Order canceled.
All right, let me cancel all orders. Something's getting messed up in here. I am short buy
Order
stop
submitted.
market. That's my risk. My max risk is 870. I've locked in just below 200. So worst case scenario is I lose 600 on top of all the profits that I've made in those other accounts. But in terms of live accounts, you can see that I am short at 24,526. Short one contract. Right now, the unrealized is basically break even. And I'm just seeing if this 2,500 can actually get cracked. There might be too many buyers there. I'm trying to be really, really mindful of the potential 10 a.m. reversal. We've been seeing it a lot. And, you know, A lot of trades seem to hit the tape. Come on. Just crack it. Crack it, crack it, crack it. Come on. Come on. Come on. All right, the intraday low is 24,489. Dude, are we like quad bottoming here at 510? The old quadzilla? Look at that. Bottom. Like, it's just being as of right now, obviously, we'll see. But lot of defense here at 510. I would love to get the stop to break even. We just hit 500. So I already front ran moving it down from like 610 to 570. So taking off 40 points of risk. Instead of 1.7K, it's now 870. And obviously on the crack of 489. Once again, the intraday low. I want to update my risk to it being a freebie play. There we go. Free trade. Boom. The magic blue button. It's a little early to be completely fair, but hey, if you could take on no risk, you might as well take on no risk. You know, I did front run Icarus, just to be clear, in terms of the risk management, but my favorite way to trade is by taking all risk off the table. Worst case scenario, I make $200 account. Best case scenario is it runs and I make money. Choppy AF today. Well, choppy with large ranges, which is another reason to size down and take your risk off the table when reasonable, because you don't know if it's going to chop against you. God, I sound like shit. I promise you, I feel a lot better than I sound. I'm just worried that maybe talking is going to knock... get away. Right now, Icarus wants me to keep my risk at 60, this recent high. But I front ran it just because these ranges. I mean, 26 up to 60. That's 35 points. That's a difference of $700. So I am technically not doing what Icarus is telling me to do today, just to be clear. I want to be more risk conscious, and I already have green in the account, so why risk it, you know? Do you feel better than you look? Yeah.
Order filled.
What the fuck was that? What was that order? All right. Well, I guess that's why you protect yourself, because someone just really splashed the pot there. All right. I guess that's protection. So, holy crap. I guess they don't want to break down there. A little bit of a fake out. Holy crap. Well, that's a good lesson there of protect yourself. We just skyrocketed from 477 to almost 100 points. And just for it to get faded. That's crazy. Do we go back for it? 1 minute's trying to make up its mind. The 10 minute is bear, or the 5 minute is trying to make up its mind. The 10 minutes bearish, 30 minutes bearish, 4 hours bearish, 5 minute, 10 minute, 30 minutes. So the S&P 500 is clearly just bearish. But what's jumping out to me is this 5 minute is pretty indecisive, and the 1 minute is pretty indecisive on NQ. And then like we're just getting random 100-point bounces like it's nothing.
Order filled. Order
right.
submitted.
I'm trading with trend. It's not my favorite setup because the 5 just keeps wicking. The 1 keeps wicking. Obviously, my risk is that high because if it goes above that, that means that that amount of trading, well, it was legitimate and someone's trying to like punt it. But now instead of having a fill at 26, I have a fill 20 points worse at 06. Oh, we're playing a dangerous game right here. A dangerous game. Let's see if it pays. I am short 1 NQ, short 1X, 1 contract. I'm not playing with multiple right now just because this is getting a little bit hairy. It's getting a little bit hairy. The 1 minute ATR is 45 points. Yeah, it's just a monster today. 500 tick ATR is 22 points. The 1 minute ATR is 42. It's just a monster of a day. It really is. All right, I'm gonna move. Ooh, it's a little early. Do I front run Icarus? See, oh, actually, Icarus would have gotten knocked out because Icarus would have had me put it to 60 and it got up to 62. So that would have been an unfortunate beat. So I'm actually really happy I front ran it today. But I am thinking about. It's still early, dude. These ranges are not easy to handle, to withstand psychologically, financially. I mean, look at that. I mean, you could easily bounce just 20, 30 points. Oh, brother. All right, let's go back to the 5 minute. 5 minute is on the bear side. I'm looking at momentum. All right, let's look at options flow. SPY vomited, going flat, leaning down. Mag 7 is going down. NASDAQ is going down. I feel like I'm on the right side. It's just, can I be on the right side with acceptable risk? And today's ranges are large. Like, considerably large. So, once again, based on price structure, which is obviously lower highs and lower lows, structure is down. Momentum is down. Well, right here, this 5 minute could break a little bit more. I want to see it take out 48, the low from 850 this morning. I'd feel a bit better about that. There we go. Freebie play. All right, I can at least be smart and move it down to 9 points of risk. I'll go break even again. Fuck it. I don't care. We're once again deviating from Icarus. Icarus wants me to keep my risk at 60, whatever the hell this is, 63. I don't feel like taking on that risk today with these ranges. I just don't know. The bummer here is 506. Like, it's a random level because the high is really 509 or something. So if it bounces up, it could easily wick me out for no reason. Which is, it feels like, do I give it one shot? Do I give it just like one? It'd be one thing if my fill was above 509, that little spike high there. You know what would actually be the easiest is if it doesn't test it at all and we just go straight for, what is this one? Just make my life easy, market. Take out 447. Let's just make my life easy. You take out 447. You target the overnight low at 370. That's the plan. Take out 447, target 370. Come on, make life easy. Fuck. And instead, it doesn't even want to take out 56. Never wants to make it easy for your boy. Wants to make every day a struggle. I'm back to break even. Oh, what's this high? How lucky are we feeling today? Fuck, dude. Every time I look at that. 460 up to 520 and pushing. Do I just follow Icarus? Am I forced to stick to Icarus now? Dude, these ranges are nuts. Short squeeze? Where the fuck are you getting that from? For there to be a short squeeze, there would have to be a lot of shorts. I'm praying that this fails here because then I can at least update my risk to 41, which is a bit more acceptable. It's just today's ranges have been nuts. Absolutely nuts. What are we doing? Let's review. One minute maybe pushing bullish, which would not be good for me. SPY getting a little bit of a delta pop at 10:05. This could still be that 10 a.m. reversal. I can't forget that. Basically, I need this push right here to fail and to like fail now. I need it back below 500. It could just be the change of the hour, people coming in, enough of a panic type of a vibe. Oh. Come on. Take out 500. Back below 500. I can reasonably update my risk. There we go. So I'm still taking on risk. Unfortunately, today's ranges are just too big. This is a lot more acceptable of a risk to take. I've locked in basically 200. I'm risking, so we'll call it, I'll be down 550, 600 if I'm wrong. Way better than the 1800 I had at risk before. Wow. Today is just these ranges. Look at that. We bounced from 460 up to 540. That was an 80-point bounce in a minute. In 1 minute, we bounced 80 points, which is about $2 in the Qs. There are buyers at 4480 right here where my cursor is. There's a chunk of buyers here. Let's see if they get tested or not. In terms of other levels you might want to pay attention to, we're at a key gamma level here on SPX. That's why things are slowing down. 735. The next one is 705. That's new. That was not there before the market opened. That was created in regular trading hours. So once again, there is a put credit spread at 705, which is a neutral to bullish bet. Once again, 6705 on SPX, which is here. I'll just slap that up. Why is this not working? This is a new position since market open. A put credit spread, a neutral to bullish bet. Basically saying we'll conclude the day above 705. We are finding support at the bottom of the transition zone. 735. This area was called out before the market opened. And we haven't really cracked any of these key lows on NQ. You had the 911 low and you had the 852 low at 456 and 447, which has not become anything. And now we're once again, the 1 minute went bullish, got knocked bearish, but it keeps testing smack, testing smack. We love you. Oh, is it reversing? Is it this? The sell-off is slowing down in the NASDAQ. The Mag 7 actually got a pop here at 10:05. And the SPY is flat. Taking a little bit of a hit. Oh, do I just say fuck it and do another break-even trade and just let it be whatever it's going to be? If I go break-even right now, it's completely random. Like 506, my short position. There's nothing special about 506 besides the fact that that's my fill. It's not structurally important. I guess it's technically protected by 500, but you could tell by today's ranges that like you could undershoot something by 30 points and it'd still be like either fine or not fine. Like you just don't know. So like if I do it, it's exclusively to take risk off the table. It is not really, yeah, it would have just been knocked there had I done it. The 1 minute, I am on the right side of the trend. It's just more of shit. Is this about to knock me? Like, dude, we're just moving so easily. Yeah. How much risk is that? 720. Oh, do I just want to close it? We're at the point of control, which is 530. 530 is the POC. That's where most volume's been traded at today. I see a lot of sellers at 45, which is just above where my stop is. So my stop is, once again, maybe not the highest quality. Part of me is thinking about just ending today. Just get out here at break even and move on with my life. Oh, what are we doing? These ranges are just so incredibly nuts. I'm very happy I've traded one contract. That 1 minute is trying to push bull. Nope, that's the 500 tick. Where's the 1 minute? Okay. 1 minute is trying to push right now as we speak, which is making me wonder if I should just bail on this position. Right here, this is your 50 EMA, your 20 EMA, your 10 EMA. It's trying to push back bullish. The rest of the time frames are bearish. I am still trading with these trends, but I need this push to not happen. What would you guys do? Would you guys just get out here for break even and call it a day? Or would you kind of hold it and give it some room? What time is it? It's 10:13. SPY is starting to pick up a little bit. Mag 7 is also picking up a little bit. Fuck, man. I don't know. 5 minute, 10 minute, 30. Like, all these are bearish. Well, this one has been trying to push the 5 minute on NQ. Break even, call the day, look screen, hold, wiki. Yeah, like, it's getting wicked out like no other. Had I had a higher quality fill, I could maybe withstand some of this bullshit. We never really broke 570, but that's like 65 points of risk for me. Like, I know I'm on the right side of the trend. It's just the risk that you have to accept in this one. It's sketching me out a little bit based on the buffer of these accounts. Oh, back to break even. Basically, it just keeps getting caught at 500. The market keeps catching itself here. And what I was looking for was a snap of these swing lows. The 911 swing low, the 852 swing low. Granted, these breakouts are continually fake out breakouts, but look at, as much as I could argue lower highs for right now, you could also, maybe the higher lows are getting cracked. Getting a little bit of technicals in here, targeting this zone. Basically targeting 450 is what I want to see. That's what I want to see the market react to. Because if we get there, of course I'm going stop to break even. Honestly, at that base, fuck. Look at this. Look at these pumps. Today is not for the faint of hearts. This is clearly the day to size down. Tons of negative gamma. We're moving huge ranges like it's absolutely nothing. We did find 1, 2, 3, a triple bottom bounce here at 735. Key area called out way before the market opened. I just want to see that test of 450 right here. This test of 450, this zone, that's what I want. Set an alert. We'll set an alert. Here, we'll redraw this trend line break. We're flipping a very expensive quarter today, team. A very, very expensive 50-50 shot we have going. Very, very expensive 50-50 shot. So to make ourselves go nuts, let's watch the 100 tick chart. Just so we can feel something. Just so you know, the current intraday low is 446, which is about 10 points above what my target level was. Or at least an interesting level, in my opinion, to pay attention to. And we hit that at 10:05. Come on, take out 460. What's the ATR? On the 1 minute, the ATR is 40 points. So even if we hit this, I'm only 1 ATR. That's crazy, dude. Like I said, these ranges are not for the faint of heart. All right, so here's the plan. I am going to front run Icarus. If we take out 460, I'm going stop to break even. Icarus wants me to leave it up here just because of how large the ATR is right now. I just, as a trader, don't think that's good. All right, bada bing, bada boom. Free trade. Free trade, brother. free trade. I am front running Icarus. I want to be clear. Icarus wants it actually to break that 450 level and then at that point move it to 520. I'm not doing that today. I'm not doing that today. I've already taken on enough risk. On the day of my daughter's wedding. Okay. Well, I've been in this short for a bit. Short one contract. I'm short at 506. And it is right at that test zone right here. This low that we had at 911. This low that we had at 852. We're testing. The next zone would be this wick low at 406. If this snaps. And then from there, which is a very interesting target level, you have the overnight session low, 369. Very, very popular for traders to be targeting the overnight session high and low. Obviously, momentum right now is to the downside, so you'd be targeting the overnight low, which is what we hit at 6:20 in the morning. And that low was 369. No, that was 370 flat. Oh. All right, I'll front run that
Order
one by
submitted.
10 points. The overnight low is 370. I just threw in my order for 380. It's a freebie trade. I'm either getting knocked out for break even, keeping my $175 of profit, or I'm making $2,520. Any update on the Apex payout? Nope. Right now, still waiting for the review to complete. I'll obviously let you guys know when I find out, but it just sounds like the company is extraordinarily busy, so nothing yet. I will, yeah, like I said, I'll let you know. I'll tweet about it. I'll scream about it. I'll make videos about it. I'm not going to keep you guys in the dark. Trust me. If I become a millionaire, you folks are going to know. So just waiting, unfortunately. But in the meantime, Apex's big announcement, why they are so busy, they've revamped everything. The website, the rules, the accounts. And right now, if you want to take advantage of those new rules and accounts, 85% off with code Goonie. I recommend my favorite account, and this is just very personal, the end of day drawdown 150K accounts, in my humble opinion, seem to be the best. So I want to call that out. There is a new DLL rule. If you don't want to deal with daily loss limits, take profit's your best option right now. Actually, FFN also has no DLL. But anyway, code Goonie, 40% off, no activation fee. If that's something that interests you and you don't want to deal with DLL. And then just because we're here talking about it, if you want this flow, if you want to know what the players are doing throughout the day and with respect to options, this is in my opinion, an invaluable tool. That is Spot Gamma, pinned to the top of chat in the description of the video. You could get 80% off by using that link. Once again, that's this tool that I'm using on the screen right now. So we have that. Like I said, take profit, no DLL, code Goonie, 40% off, no activation fee. Apex, use code Goonie, 85 off, but there is now DLL and there is an activation fee. Financially, they're roughly the same. It's just more of like you and your trading and what you want to be doing with it. But anyway, code Goonie will work on all of the major firms. I'm showing you that. Oh, that's going to hit. We don't necessarily need this. I see buyers coming up at 400 flat. 400 flat. Buyers are stepping up. I am looking for 380. Oh, easy peasies. And by easy peasies, I mean it was quite a struggle today. But hey, in the green nonetheless. Like I said, I'm going for 380. The overnight low was 370. I'm front running it by 10 points, $200. But I'm going to be as happy with 2,500 as I am with 2,700. So I'm more than happy to front run it just to get the fuck out of this position. But of course, buyers might be stepping in. Wow, I sound so nasally. What are the activation fees on Apex's new products? $125. So you can basically take the test on the 50K account for like $20, and then the activation fee is $125, I believe. Please, someone correct me if I'm wrong on that, though. I don't want to be speaking out of turn here. Do I use Tradeify? Yeah, I use the non-DLL accounts on Tradeify. I have 3 of those right now. I did well. I'll show you all the accounts. I just disconnected the data stream for the ones I was already done with, so I didn't confuse myself, because I accidentally messed up the trade copier this morning. So it was easier while I was in positions to manage it by just like killing the data streams. But I'll show you all the accounts after this trade hits. It hit 83. I was off by 3.75 points. Are you kidding me? Right back to 400. Son of a gun. It's 99. It's not 125. Oh, is it 125 for the big accounts and 99 for the smaller accounts? Is that what's going on? Polar 233 says to close it. Who thinks that Polar is right and I should close it here? You might be right. Only time will tell. A PA is 99. I think they're all 99. Oh, okay. So it sounds like I misspoke. For some reason, I thought it was 125.
Order filled.
Best to ever do it, folks. The best to ever do it. Looks like Polar was wrong.
Order canceled.
Should we permaban Polar from chat for giving bad advice? Thumbs up or thumbs down? Do you guys want to be nice today and let Polar learn from his mistakes? Or should we be a brutal internet community and completely unalive him? I'll let you guys decide today. Thumbs up, we completely murk him from the existence of our chat. Thumbs down, we let him learn from his opportunities. What do you guys want to do? What do you guys want to do? I'm going to let you guys... I am a benevolent king of our digital kingdom here. How nice do you guys want to be? You know what? We could put it on Polar's... Want to put it on Polar. It's 10:26. Let's play the fun game. Polar, your life is in your hands. This right here says 10:27. This bar says 10:27. The 10:30 bar, is it green or is it red? Polar, you get to decide. If you are right, you get your life. If you are wrong, you lose your life. So the question is this. That right here, it says 10:27. It's going to go 10:28, 10:29, 10:30. The 10:30 bar, is it green or is it red? Which one is it, Polar? Polar, we need to hear from you. Green or red, the 10:30 bar, your life is on the line. You have to answer quick. Polar, you got to decide, and you got to decide real quick. Polar, where are you? Polar. Which one is it? The 1030 bar, will it be green or will it be red? Polar, where the fuck are you, dude? Answer. I might just ban him out of taking... Damn, red. All right. We're voting red. Polar officially voted red. Polar, I'm actually pulling for you. I honestly think you were giving advice that you truly thought was accurate. I don't think you were trying to be a funny guy at all. Like, I really am pulling for you, Polar. I am. All right, Polar. Your time's coming. It's the next bar. It is not this bar. Polar voted red. Here we go. All right, 45 seconds till we get rocking. Polar voted red for the 1030 bar. This is 1029. It's the very next bar. I actually hope he stays. I want to be honest here. I'm being honest, Polar. I hope you get this one right. All right, we're about 20 seconds out. What song is appropriate for this? What song? Gamma Bird, Pump and Dump, Slippage, Puff Puff, Gamma Bird, Mississippi Gamblers. Well, we are gambling. All right, 3, 2, 1. All right, everyone. Polar's on the line. Polar voted red. This is the bar. Uh-oh. I'm seeing green. Oh, I'm seeing red. I'm seeing green. Polar. Uh-oh. All right, 20 seconds in. We're 20 seconds in. Uh-oh. We're halfway through. Polar. All right, 20 seconds. Oh, it's red. 20 seconds less. Close it. Close the bar. Nope. Uh-oh. 15 seconds left. It's red. Close it. All right, final 10 seconds. Polar. No. Polar. Oh, Polar. Ooh. Ouch. So close, Polar. Polar's getting iced. Now, Polar, this leads us to an interesting situation. That counts as a win? How does it count as a win? It's green. Right there. I see green. Now, Polar, do you... Well, this is an interesting psychology study. Polar, do you want to double it and pass it on? Do you want to take the hit and keep the community carnage at this level? Or are you the kind of guy who would double it and pass it on and put the lives of 2 other community members at stake? I'm just kind of curious what kind of guy Polar is. Would Polar, if we gave it, what kind of... Polar, fair question. Are you the kind of person who'd double it and pass it on? For your own safety, would you allow 2 other members in here to risk their life? What do you think, Polar? Pass it to me. So Steven is saying pass it to him, but if we do it, we'd have to double it. So Steven ST says pass it to him, Polar. So you already have one taker to be your champion here. The market gods, he did call the bottom. It was the bottom bar, yeah. Matt Kohrs, double or nothing. Polar, You already have one taker. Steven ST says he would be your champion, but you have to double it at this point. I volunteer as tribute. Soda Pop and Chase Clark also volunteer. So you actually have more than enough people to do this if you so want. But Polar, it still inherently comes back to who are you as a person. Would you fall on the sword because you lost? Or would you double the potential carnage and pass it on? We're kind of in an interesting psychology standpoint here. Polar, we need to hear from you. I need you to type faster. I don't care if you're at work or at school. Tell me you need to take a dump or something. This is bigger. This is bigger than whatever you're doing. Even if you're doing brain surgery right now, this is more important. Polar. Are you going to take the double or nothing? Which one is it? Pass it, Polar. Rich wants you to pass it. Polar is a savage. He'll pass it. We're about to find out if he ever fucking responds. Polar, are you like driving in a tunnel or something? Why is it taking so long to get your answers here? Well, someone let me know if Polar ever responds. This is getting frustrating. Polar Bear, Mr. Polar Bear. I already answered LOL. Well, what did you answer? I wish there were a way to search. I'm scrolling back. I'm trying to find Polar's answer. No, it says so close, LOL. Polar, you never answered. Now you're gaslighting me. You're gaslighting a sick man. Yeah, dude, you never hit the enter on that button. I'm scrolling through all of chat right now. Wait, am I losing my mind? Do you guys see his answer in chat? I don't think he answered. He said so close, LOL. He never answered. Yeah, Polar. I think... Are you on that puff pass right now? I don't think he answered. K9 G Wyoming. You're like, just ban me. Now I almost want to ban him again for trying to gaslight me. Copy for the second time. Dude, stop saying you already answered. Just tell us. Do you want to double it or not? Copied for the third time. Brother, I can see you typing this, and yet none of us in chat know your fucking answer. Copied for the third time. Stop saying fucking copied. Just tell us your fucking answer, dude. Dude, the rage bait is unreal. You're not wrong. Soda Pop's about to take back his tribute. He's speaking in sign language. I think he's fucking with me. This is some high-level trolling. I kind of appreciate it. Polar's like, all right, sacrifice me. You know... Oh, dude. This song. Hang on. Polar, shut up.
Are you feeling nervous? Are you having fun? It's almost over.
This is honestly fitting for the Polar situation.
Don't overthink this. Look in my eye. Don't be scared. Don't be shy. Come on in. The water's fine. We're going to go where everybody knows. Everybody knows. Everybody. We're going to go where everybody knows. Everybody knows. Get your fucking hand up. Get on out of your seat. All eyes on me. All eyes on me. Hey, go on. Get your fucking hands up. Get on out of your seat. All eyes on me. All eyes on me. Yeah. Heads down. Pray for me. Heads down now. Pray for me. Get your fucking hands hear a funny story? So, 5 years ago, I quit performing live comedy because I was beginning to have severe panic attacks while on stage, which is not a great place to have them. So I quit, and I didn't perform for 5 years. I spent that time trying to improve myself mentally. And you know what? I did. I got better. I got so much better, in fact, that in January of 2020, I thought, you know what? I should start performing again. I've been hiding from the world, and I need to re-enter. And then, the funniest thing happened. Are you feeling nervous? Are you having fun? It's almost over, it's just begun. Don't overthink this, look in my eye. Don't be scared, don't be shy. Come on in, the water's fine. You say the ocean's rising like I give a shit. You say the whole world's ending, honey, it already did. You're not gonna slow it, heaven knows you tried. Got it good, now get inside. We're going to go where everybody knows everybody knows everybody. We're going to go where everybody knows everybody knows. Come on, get your fucking hands up. Get on out of your seat. All eyes on me, all eyes on me. Hey, come on, get your fucking hands up. Get on out of your seat. All eyes on me, all eyes on me. Yeah, heads down, pray for me. Heads down now, pray for me. I said, get your fucking hands up. Get up, get up. I'm talking to you. Get the fuck up. Get your fucking hands up. Get on out of your seat. All eyes on me, all eyes on me. Hey, fucking get your fucking hands up. Get on out of your seat. All eyes on me, all eyes on me. Yeah, come on, hands down. Pray for me, hands down now. Pray for me, I said, get your fucking hands up. Yeah. All eyes on me, all eyes on me.
CEO, entrepreneur, born in 1964, Jeffrey Bezos. CEO, entrepreneur, born in 1964, Jeffrey Bezos. Come on, Jeffrey, you can do it. Pave the way, put your back into it. Tell us why, show us how. Look at where you came from, look at you now. Zuckerberg and Gates and Buffett, amateurs can fucking suck it. Fuck their wives, drink their blood. Come on, Jeff, get 'em!
It's a prom night and
What the fuck? That's me. That's me. It served me to myself. That would probably get a little too trippy. The Senate Oversight Committee here. What are
Our
they talking
investigative
about?
work, we continue to look at individuals that are here that may be committing crimes and working with local and state law enforcement where
This is not about Iran. What's going on in Iran right now? That's what we really should be diving into. Who the fuck are these people?
The capability to strike out at Israel. And
no fucking clue who that is.
And the attention that he put on some of these issues of protecting the American people. And
Is this
making
about
that
Iran?
the priority and that's a part of upholding our oath. I think many of us were struck last week when the president asked, do you think it's the first order of business to protect the American people? And many of our colleagues on the other side of the aisle just sat there. That was stunning. So we're grateful for this focus on protecting our people. There were two bills, the Prince Act and the End Child Trafficking Now Act. These are pieces of legislation I've pushed forward. Now, this helps with protecting these children that are being trafficked, many of them globally trafficked. We're fully aware that Homeland Security investigations, and I think they're defunded right now during this shutdown, are trying to find some of these traffickers, rescue these children, and return them to their families. These two bills allow the collection of DNA and fingerprints so that we can stop this repeat trafficking of children. And I want you to talk for just a moment about the importance of having this legislation on the books and how you were using this to help break these global trafficking rings.
Yeah. No, I appreciate those bills, and I'm hoping that this body will find them important and get them signed into law as soon as possible. Collecting of DNA is incredibly important to making sure that children aren't being abused or trafficked. But we saw many times during the Biden administration where the same child would be used by cartels to move individuals into this country illegally. And so one of the policies we put it back in place as soon as President Trump came into the White House is DNA testing of those individuals coming into our country. When we interdicted them, that we would ensure that they were the family that they said that they should be, and that those children weren't being moved with strangers or abused and trafficked by them.
One of the things that has come up regularly when I'm out and about around Tennessee is that we have some of these mayors and governors that have recently demanded millions of dollars in taxpayer reparations for having ICE in their communities. Now, in the case of Minnesota, they're looking at as much as $18 billion in fraud. $18 billion. And what they've uncovered there, what they allowed to happen, whether they want to say they knew about it or they didn't know about it, but it appears they knew about it, and we'll let the investigation bear that out. What do you say to these mayors and governors who are defying the law by having a sanctuary city for illegal immigration that are allowing rampant fraud?
It's an important point that you make, because they'll be looking at the map both in terms of the geography of the destination, but also when it comes to the airlines they choose, what the flight path is going to be. Because many people are impacted not because they're traveling to the Middle East for a holiday or for business, but actually they're caught up in the air zone, and it being effectively 20 to 30% of global flights that cross over the Middle East when they're going from west to east, east to west, Europe, the Americas to Asia, and reverse.
Yeah, it's a great point you make about the pivotal role that the Middle East has become as a fly-through, but also a hub for connecting flights as well, whether it be Qatar, whether it be the UAE, whether it be Dubai and others as well. But in terms of the blow this could be to the embryonic tourism industry in countries such as, well, in places such as Abu Dhabi and indeed Riyadh as well, and Saudi Arabia, and also the very sophisticated holiday destination that is already Dubai. Do you think this could be a longer term blow when people start thinking about the location?
There's no question about it. And admittedly, strategically, as the military action takes place and hits these destinations, it's very much conscious of that. So if you look at it, Dubai, for instance, 25% of its GDP comes from aviation, whether it's travel industry or through trade. That's now been heavily disrupted. But critical when it comes to tourism is actually the currency of confidence. People are traveling for business, they're traveling for leisure. They want the confidence of knowing that travel will be smooth, it will be safe, undisrupted, and they'll get the ROI effectively of the time, their money they're putting into it. This is going to have a significant impact long after the military campaigns have ended. And that's what the great shame is, because we went through a long recovery post-COVID. Finally, there was momentum and confidence back, and especially the Middle East region that is invested heavily in terms of development of their tourism sector to diversify off of oil. This is now a significant pushback in terms of the tourism economies and the reputations of the nations.
Anita, it feels as though that leads to tighter margins, that effectively some of the travel operators, whether it's airlines, hotels, then have to discount to try and to lure customers back at a time when the oil price might also be sustained at a higher rate. Just want to talk us through that.
Indeed, very much so. And exactly as your point says, because when someone is traveling, there's the destination investment and there's the logistical investment. We know that we can anticipate that travel is going to increase in terms of airfare because of higher prices of fuel, airlines having to reroute longer destinations, so more fuel, more time, and limited capacity. As there's a backlog with so many of these Middle Eastern airlines, the ability to get seats is going to become very difficult. So this is going to very much factor in. I think looking forward as well, what we can very much anticipate is a slow uptake. There will be naturally discounting taking place.
Will
by
the Iranian regime fall by June 30th?
Will not compromise when it comes to
42%
safety.
chance.
And this is where in the Middle East, admittedly, from a global level, it's one of the smartest regions in how tourism destinations, hotels and attractions, airports and the governments work very closely together. So the UAE, for instance, right now is investing in making sure any traveler that is on the ground, they will cover the cost of accommodation. Priority number one is safety. And that builds a huge amount of confidence back in travelers, in which we know we...
Look at that. Where's the how do you bring up the trending ones? Dude, it's basically a death pool. Will Iran close the Strait of Hormuz by, and then the dates? Yes, no. This is just wild. U.S. Iran ceasefire. So actually, this could be an interesting market. When do they think it's going to? So 80% chance that this is done by June 30th. Only a 50-50, actually 45-55 that it does not happen. Hang on. Piper just fired if you're in the Discord. If you want to trade with me, learn about my trading style, check out GoonieTrading.com. But anyway, if you happen to be in the Goonie Trading Discord, Piper just fired. I thought the odds would be higher. This might be going on for a minute, folks. Jesus. Oh my God. U.S. Israel strikes on Iran for tomorrow, 99% chance. 99 on the 5th, the 6th, 96, 7th, 94. Dude, for a week straight, they're looking at 90% chance of us striking on them. Holy crap. This is actually oddly informative. The next supreme leader of Iran. I don't know. The last guy's tenure didn't go so well. You can bet on who it's going to be, and they'll probably bet on how long they're going to be in there. U.S. forces enter Iran by the end of this year, 41% chance. Tis crazy. Tis crazy, crazy, crazy. Hang on. I might do some premium selling today. Wild stuff. Wild, wild, wild stuff. Oh. a little bit of a... Hang on a second. Hold your horses. Are we popping here? Mag 7's waking up a little bit. SPY. Some call buying has come in. Things shifted a little bit at 10:21, I suppose. Like a little bit of life. Not the most, but more than it was. The NASDAQ is still getting hit. The NASDAQ is still getting hit. Vibes are not the highest. All right, let's see if that gets filled. I'm trying to sell a little bit of call premium today, if I could get a good fill. An acceptable fill, that is. Which does not seem to be happening quite yet. Oh. Well, that definitely didn't fill. Shit. Oh, I even chased it down a little bit, and that's still not getting a fill. What in tarnation? I don't feel like chasing it much more. It's either going to have to get me a fill here. It's not going to go at all. If you're in the Discord, I have an order up, but no fill quite yet. Like I said, trying to throw on a neutral to bearish position in the options market by selling calls, a call credit spread. But waiting to see if I can actually get a fill on it or not. As of now, the answer is no. Really? It's not going to give me a fill. I'm like awkwardly sitting at the mid. I guess it's going to be what it's going to be. All right. Well, as I'm waiting to see if that order does or does not get filled, Matt, when you stay on the website, we get access to live trading. Are you streaming in Discord in real time in the morning when you are streaming on YouTube? No, because I'm already streaming the trades to you here. It would be the exact same stream. If I'm trading later in the day, like off of the YouTube Rumble stream, yeah, or I'll stream like the options flow or the trace map, something like that. I'll stream like whatever's of importance. But I should clarify, like, it's not like I'm in a position 24/7. Like a day like today, it's going to be a lot more of just like talking about what happened in the market, the setups, what I saw, what I didn't see. The chance of me taking a position from here are not going to be high. So I don't want anyone signing up for the Goonie Trading Discord thinking that I'm in a position 24/7. No, not at all. If I'm in it, I talk about it, I call it out, I explain what I'm seeing. But if anything, I find that less trading is better because the chance of there always being a good setup is kind of slim to fucking none, honestly. So it's a lot more of, like I said, if I'm in a position, I'll share it, I'll explain it, I'll talk about what's going on. If I'm in no position, I'll either stream the options flow or some other like teaching thing of just to break it down, or I'll answer your questions, that type of a thing. But I assume you're asking through the lens of futures. For options, actually, speaking of which, I just got a fill. That is kind of, I mean, for those of you familiar with sports betting, it's kind of just an over-under bet. So as soon as I get in, I let you know. I screenshot it like I literally just got a fill. So I'm screenshotting it right now. And then later when I get an exit, whether for profit or not, I let everyone know how it goes. So like literally I just got a fill and I'm pasting it in as quickly as I can. And then as soon as I get a exit later, I will post that. And it's like just kind of a, for those at least, it's a slow burn. Just putting in some details. But so the Piper is an automated system that I put in there. Swingers can be anything. Recently, it's been selling premium. Thick trades is pretty much always selling premium. With respect to futures, 95% of those trades are shown in here to like literally everyone. So everyone in the Discord, everyone in here. But then in the Discord, I break down like what I'm seeing. I give like more of a full-fledged explanation of what the fuck's going on, basically. What program are we seeing when you make these trades? The one that has your stop loss shown. It's Ninja Trader. This is called Ninja Trader right here. Does your community offer reading trading material on what you look for in a particular setup? Yeah, we have. Where is the Discord? I'm trying to find it. So we already have this many videos of education. I know it's small, but this entire block, these are all education videos. And then other explanations. And then obviously you just have access to me. But right here that's how many videos are already in there. Not to mention from there how many we just end up like in real time talking about like what we're seeing, what we're not. It's more of a community meant to like help figure out the puzzle of the market together type of a vibe. Do you know if you can link Ninja Trader to Kraken? Kraken owns Ninja Trader. Kraken is the parent company of Ninja. As for can you link it? I have no idea. I've never attempted. I don't use Kraken itself. But that's a quick Google search. Well, okay, we answered that. It's a wild ride, but it came out 2,700 ahead. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, hell yeah. All right, folks. Well, I'm going to go find some nose spray, so hopefully I can sound a little bit less nasally. Like I said, if you're in the Discord, Piper already fired. I posted my trade with respect to futures trades. You saw all of this in real time today. I just took a quick picture here. Ended up making 44,000 FFN. These were evals, so 8K on the FFN evals. These are funded, 9.5K on the funded FFNs. These are funded Lucid, made 15K there. Take profit, these are evals, so 4.2K on those evals. And Tradeify, these are evals, so another 6.5. So add those all together, 44,000. And obviously, I don't need to overstay my welcome. I'm more than happy to walk away with that. Obviously, the funded ones are the ones that matter the most. This 15 and this 9.5. So that's going to be about 24 roughly between like these are the ones I majorly care about right now because they're the ones that are the closest to actually getting real payouts. So definitely not going to overstay my welcome on those. So I'm pretty much done with futures trading. I'll pay attention to this, but overall, it's just stuff's getting messed up. 5 minute, 10 minute, 30 minute, 4 hours all bearish. 5 minute, 10 minute, 30 minute, 4 hours all bearish. I sold some calls. So even if we bounce, I don't think we're going to bounce that much. And that's why I'm also going to target key areas. And that's kind of all she wrote for Tuesday. That's kind of all she wrote for a Tuesday. Obviously, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, reach out to me, GoonieTrading.com. There's a contact page right there. It comes directly to me, no one else. So I will do my best to respond to you as quickly as I can. Generally get back to everyone in less than 1 day. So once again, there's the contact page if you have any questions, comments, or concerns. But if it's questions about the Goonie Trading Discord, most of it could either be found in the pricing or in the FAQ. So you might just want to peruse that if you want to answer even faster. That's where I'm at. That's what I have. Like I said, I'm going to go track down some sort of nose spray because it feels like my nose is completely clogged up. So that's going to be my first goal of the day. Other than that, today's already been pretty crazy, very large ranges. I expect the midday to calm down a little bit, but then I wouldn't be so surprised if this afternoon once again returns to having some pretty sizable ranges. So just be on the lookout for that. This is not a day to be a hero and oversize or do anything along those lines. So it's okay to sit on your hands. You don't have to trade. You don't have to do anything like that. So please just capital preservation is ultimately the biggest goal, especially in circumstances like this. So Take it easy. Take it slow. Other than that, I will catch you guys mañana. Have a good one. Peace.